Ryedale Estate allow you to park for a £8.50 fee. We're above the Coniston village itself down there, and the lake is off to the south and east, and we're looking across the landscape where the boys have just already started on the walk towards the Old Man of Coniston, which is up there somewhere, just a little over 2 miles away. So I'm hoping we'll all have a lovely day out. The weather looks fair, even if it's a little bit of cloud on the tops perhaps, and it's not cold. I'm just in the fleece. There's a few people who've got extra layers on, and we've got my woolly hat as well. There is a bit of a wind, which you might hear on some of the video, but we'll see how it goes. Already on slightly rising ground. 3 boys ahead, Harry on the left, Alfred, and Ben on the right, and then the landscape and down to Coniston Water might just be visible there, and the view of where we started. 100 metres now, and continue on the path. This hill here is called the Bell, and there's some old farmstead, homestead walls down here, and perhaps sheep byres. And although the bracken's turned to this orange colour as it's dying back in the end of the autumn season, I can see some tree tubes. So people have been planting up some trees to change the landscape for the future. And you can see how bright the sun is reflecting on the path in the few places where water is collecting on the path already. Coming up through into the change of the valley between the Bell and the Coniston Old Man, and I think the big reveal of the quarries and the old mining area, which I believe they used to take copper from, is in this area. And so this would have been an industrial working landscape, mining there, and there's definitely some buildings and perhaps even some trees associated perhaps with still some mining. I don't know if they still do though. It's a very well defined path at this point. We're just between Stubthwaite Crag, which is up here, one of these, and the Bell, which we've already seen. There's quite a lot of juniper on these craggy rocks. I think that path probably wends its way back and joins up with where we're going, and there's a few people just underneath Stubthwaite Crag, and that's where we're heading now. Up above us to the left is the Old Man of Coniston, but there's some of the old mining shales and slag heaps, as they are called, and we're going up into the old mines. There's an old derelict trailer or something there, possibly 1950s, 60s, 70s, who knows, and going up to see the next step. Some of the old mining heritage here, big steel cables for winching and lifting, and it would have been quite a job getting it up here. And all this spill that we're looking at has obviously come out of the side of the mountain. Back down to Coniston. Realised just a minute ago that here we're going to have to not only climb over and walk alongside the old cables, but climb under them. Just going under. We're at the old office for the old mine. The door, out through the door, the window. It's definitely an interesting old landscape with the old railway tracks, and there's some timbers here.
Oh yeah, old railway tracks.
Saddlestone, 1690 to 1960, so that shows it has 300 years of mining heritage from here. Archaeological site, please don't disturb this fragile site. Leave iron artifacts in place, thank you. Quite right so. Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but even footprints in the mud. Oh look, there's a engine manufacturer here. Branley Engineering Co.
Limited.
Leeds, England.
Number 10,995.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So this would have all been part of the railway tracks, and gosh, these roofing timbers.
Oh, so is this where it came through?
Well, this would have probably been driving the engines here to pull the steel cables up and down. There's the bell. I think there might be a youth hostel or a previous youth hostel or previously youth hostel down there, and up towards the Old Man. I think there's a tarn up here called Low Tarn, and we'll find that the top is up there somewhere. I do like all these old industrial heritage sites that you find, thinking about the people who may have lived nearby and worked here, and the remains that are left, which are slowly decaying and sort of destructing themselves. And over time, one day these won't exist, and it fits your sort of own perspective on things, your place in the world. I think that's really important to recognise without being too philosophical. It's just good to see it and recognise that there's some of this in people's past, especially over a 300-year heritage of mining in the area. Saddlestone. Just found this little mining entrance, which the boys are going to show you how high it is next to it. Yeah, right. My precious is. Just squat down. I'll take your photo. This must have been a pylon to carry the cables through over the angle of the scree. I think we're at a mine here which says Fisher Bank. Wow. Fisher Bank was 1690 to 1960. This is the entrance to Fisher Bank cave and mine, and clearly some people have gone a bit further in than I am. Go and see. There's a path that runs along the side. I presume that all this rockfall has been since the mine closure. It's very difficult to gauge the scale, but that's probably a 20-metre roof between the top and the path, if I'm guessing. But this does look like more significant recent stuff, and there's a coppery hue to the stones there, and the scale as we look back out. Alfred waving the entranceway. There's another little cave just down near where Alfred is, which must take you into another part of the mine down there. The mining heritage behind now, continuing on up. Every so often you get these strong mountain gusts, which are chilly and gusty, and remind you where you are in this dramatic setting. Shortly over the next bit of the path is, I believe, where we'll find what's called low water or low tarn, and we're going to hopefully have some picnic lunch there with a view back to the south and east over Coniston Water and over to Ryedale Forest where we were just yesterday. And here we are at low water. Old Man of Coniston up the top somewhere to our left now, and I'm hoping they're going to have a little bit of lunch here. If they're lucky, the sun might come out, if we're lucky. It's bright enough. But windy too. Okay, come out with me. So we've had lunch at low water. It's low water, not low tarn on the map, but it is a tarn. And you can see that it's a nice little spot. And now that's how our water. Old Man of Coniston's up behind me, and from this lunch stop, hopefully make a summit if we can keep the kids going. We're going to be making our way from low water up this path, which wends up the side, gradually climbing up. And at the moment got quite cold from the stop we had for lunch, so I'm hoping that we'll soon warm again with the wind chill having taken that temperature from us. So there's more mining heritage here, and there's a lot of the spoil from the mine here. And I think I just got a glimpse of the trig point on top of the Old Man of Coniston, although in the camera view it looks like this is higher. We've still got to climb along that ridge. The clouds are scudding over the top, so I imagine it's going to be very windy on the top. And we've been walking just over 3.5 miles from there. We're only a short way off the top of the Old Man of Coniston now, looking down over Coniston Water back towards Windermere. The wind seems to have dropped, and I'm hoping we might get a clear summit to see the views further to the south and west. It's at no point really a climb, but just at the top here. I'll put my hand down a few times now just to go over these more rocky sections, and yeah, it's nice to have the views to the north and the high fells of Langdale. I could see Blencathra really well, although it won't come out on the camera, and back over to the east as well, Harterfell and Fairfield are all visible. And now with this glorious later afternoon light, we can see the summit cairn up ahead, and just literally a few meters more now, which I'll just keep walking on, and there's the view to the north, all the mountains I was just talking about, and further to the north and west, the hills, which I'll try and work out when we're on the Coniston top. It's a raven flying about over us and has been cronking away, although it's not calling at the moment. It's been a really lovely day, and I'm so glad that we've actually got a clear top, because this is the best forecast day of the week, and I think we just might have made the best day of it in that sense. For me, being up on the lakes and the high fells is something I really enjoy. I can see why so many other people do as well. Here we are, approaching the summit cairn now. The last few steps onto the top. The Old Man of Coniston. We've got the trig point just over to the side here. Brim Fell over this way, and all of the high mountains to the north and west. So the car park we started from is down there. We walked under that bell crag through the quarries, lunched, and followed this weaving path up through these old mines onto the summit here. So we're just off the top of the Old Man, and there's another series of the mining heritage, and this entranceway, it's not named, don't know what this is. It's all properly paved, dripping and dank. I won't go very far at all. It kind of freaks me out. It's oh, slippy as well under there, so whew, I'm kind of glad. So we found a abandoned ruined tent which we're going to pack up and take away as rubbish. It's all ripped and smashed up. No one's stopping here now, but we'll remove the rubbish from the mountain and take it away, tidy up after the other people.